We begin with your first exclusive preview of the NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. And NBC News political director Chuck Todd joins us now. And Chuck, how much of a shift in public opinion has there been on the public option?
Well, let's get right to it. That's the question we're releasing this afternoon. And obviously the public option all in the middle of the current health care negotiations. And it's a straightforward question that we've been asking for 4 months. Do you favor a government-run insurance program to compete with the private insurance industry? And for the first time, this is the largest gap between favor and oppose we've shown. 48% say they're in favor of it, 42% oppose. Last month, it was basically evenly split, 46-48. All of the softening in opposition. And part of it is, our pollsters will say, well, the opposition isn't as focused on it. I've had others say, hey, let's see what happens over the next 3 weeks in your next poll when the public option is back in the middle of the debate, because for the last couple of months, there hasn't been a lot of debate internally about it. That said, let's remember, particularly progressives and those in favor of the public option have spent a lot of money on a pro-public option campaign. You haven't seen that type of intensity in the opposition side, and it looks like it's paying some dividends. We also, of course, asked this idea on the whole idea of a public option, having a government-run insurance program as a choice, and that word choice is a key word there, and we're seeing the same sort of 3/4 of the country says they would like to have an additional choice of a public option. Combined the quite important, how important that is, 72% say that it's at least quite important that there is that choice of a public plan. But again, the word choice, and we've seen this in a lot of polling, does, a lot of people want choices. That doesn't mean they're in favor of actually having that plan themselves. And so the other number, though, very significant because, like I said, the largest gap between favor and oppose that we've seen in the public option in our polling.
So, Chuck, is this good news for the White House?
What it is it's good news for public option advocates and probably good news for Senator Reid. I mean, here he is going a little bit out on a limb on his own by pushing for this opt-out version of the public option, possibly not the first choice of the White House, at the expense, potentially, of opposition by Senator Olympia Snowe, who the White House worked very hard on trying to get on board on this. So obviously Harry Reid will be happy to see poll numbers sort of supporting this decision, while it still can be somewhat divisive that there is a narrow plurality in favor of it.
All right, Chuck Todd there at the White House. Thanks for bringing us those exclusive numbers. And, of course, I know you'll have more on Nightly News tonight. Also,